The man hung upside down from a pole, holding a cup in each hand, using only his core strength to pour water into a bucket until it was full, but halfway through, he couldn't hold on any longer. Seeing his master had fallen asleep, he secretly grabbed a ladle and poured water into the bucket. Though the master noticed his cheating, he pretended not to see. Jack feigned exhaustion, claiming the bucket was now full, but then his master instructed him to empty the entire bucket, using an even smaller cup. He regretted filling it so full, but had no choice but to obey. After he finally filled the bucket with great effort, his master made him rest his legs on a stool and repeatedly strike the ground with the back of his hand. The master explained that pouring water built arm strength. Now they were working on wrist strength. Facing such intense training, Jack couldn't take it anymore. While practicing kung fu on water vats, Jack seized a moment when his master wasn't looking and jumped into one of the vats. At first the master didn't notice, but when the vat suddenly went silent, the master rushed over to Jack. As he anxiously called Jack's name, two hands suddenly shot out from the vat, pulling the master in. Jack quickly jumped out, placed a large stone on the vat's lid, and hurriedly fled. By the time the master pushed off the lid, Jack was long gone. Later, Jack arrived at the foot of the mountain and got into a conflict with Matt. Believing he'd learned enough martial arts moves to defeat an ordinary person, he provoked Matt, only to be humiliated when Matt made him fall onto a fire. Jack burned with rage and began attacking Matt, but after a few exchanges, he was clearly outmatched and was knocked down by a single punch. Matt placed his foot on Jack's face, mocking him as worthless, saying he could kill him with just his feet. Jack was furious and continued fighting Matt, but after just 2 exchanges, was kicked down again by Matt. Jack wanted to keep fighting, but when Matt kicked and broke a pillar with one strike, Jack immediately sobered up. Realizing he was no match for Matt, Matt pressed Jack's head down, forcing him to crawl between his legs, promising to let him go if he did. Jack complied to save his life. After leaving the courtyard, he slipped and fell to the ground, feeling like the whole world was laughing at him. Remembering both the humiliation and his master, he returned to the mountain to apologize. The master wasn't angry. Jack had already been punished. The master began teaching Jack kung fu hands-on, first training his wrist flexibility and agility, familiarizing him with drunken fist attacks, hand forms and body movements, then strengthening his waist and legs, building the foundation for the special techniques of drunken fist. After a day of training, Jack's wrists were bleeding from the ropes. He couldn't exert any strength. Even eating was a problem. But Jack didn't give up. He continued practicing. Soon, Jack made significant progress, much to his master's satisfaction. That day, Matt found Jack again. Having been hired to kill him, Matt attacked with a flying kick, but all his consecutive attacks were dodged by Jack, who lay on the ground continuing to drink. Matt couldn't believe it and continued his assault. Thanks to his previous training, Jack's leg and waist flexibility had greatly improved, allowing him to easily avoid Matt's continuous attacks. Jack finished his drink and activated drunken fist mode, furiously attacking Matt, launching his counterattack.